ha aye LORDSON TV so. Afi aye womi aye abato afi. Na wonim se abato afi nso dura na aye boxing bo, na aye ntokwa, na aye kasefi, na aye didi atemu, na aye we yafa matare, na aye we yi masomade, na we yafa mempabo baako. Odofo. Sa meka digitalization na waje so amame. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah. Na sa meka enkokọ manketenkete a na waje so amame. John Dramani Mahama. Odofo. Digitalization a ye ka ho asemi. Enu na fie Schwarzenegger aka asem ede afa ho. Yenkotie sister Fia, the queen of social media. Yenkotie nasem no oba ye beto aso.
Starting from Wakumbano, Senior Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah digitalization. And here was a colonical speed. And so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah digitalization. And you may who speed out colonical. And it's a kind of foreign idea. See a justice. And young confirm. And they young folk of my penibity and cotto bass. And quite bass branding there be the patch on which I da bass. And when I had there, my dear old base wouldn't confirm neighbor. In this day and age, or that so can confirm.
Yen na ye ni mu sister Fia de na ko ye ND cinema pa. Ne ba ne san. Edie na ekote bayira homa bayira entimi amo kese. Sister Fia na no disem odi tu defa digitalization a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah ede aban ho. Na sansem kro digitalization ye kosu ya na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah ihwemudie bi okoye ye pa digitalization ho ntoma ede ama a drivers phone bi mu se wo ye Uber se wo ye Pragio se wo ye taxi se wo ye trotro digitalization ebeka a drivers phone nyina na eno na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah din sem bi tuja na okasaye ensam no man in a professional way okasa wo kwanten ne so okasa ne kasa na no ho tse na o se obi a wo so wo ba bedi omampanyini wo bedi Ghana anima want digitalization ase adenti ena ese ye ma wakwanya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah kasa ya wo se wurade nyankopon orofo ye kohwe sa video ni ye beto aso.
Needs to move towards solar power. We are too dependent on oil and gas. We need to get solar power. God has given us the sun for free. We have the technology to harness the solar power. We have started, and we can bring in initially at least 2,000 megawatts. And I believe that this move towards solar power can enable us reduce the cost of power by 50% to households and industry. But 2,000 megawatts of solar power will require a lot of solar panels to in the context of solar farms to generate that electricity. Because of the quantum of solar panels that we are going to require, I'm not going to encourage the importation of solar panels. I'm going to insist that we set up the factory here in Ghana to manufacture the solar panels right here.
Orofo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah de ye nyina yeni mu se oweni suade hu kase efa eye digitalization bibia eye online yensene na yenimi eni suade hu a owo ewo saade no se ye to aba de mana na ni suade hu pam se di kan ewo Ghana ha de digitalization na eno na ye enede okatachi efifa program so eye mame ye fano Fatima Abubakar ono ye information minister edi nsem bi atudwa na wasopa NDC yi ankasa watwe NDC left watwe nya NDC John Dramani Mahama wasopa ni yi ankasa enye didi atemu but odiama in a professional way or say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah de or problem solver or solve problems afenso so say digitalization so etime to corruption ase through ye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah digitalization to corruption ase the entina okasa first na nanka wo pese ukoye ready uko renew health insurance ubekwa ko delight until ukoya ju 26 enenso de wuda mu na wudi ufufu awie na hu de ade wa brabo ya e kan na atoso a ubetimi aye sa registration wo phone so first na prepaid and the prepaid ye enche say and the prepaid ye turn wo phone so odofo ye kwatie maame ne nsam a okan edifat digitalization Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah edi aba no na afensu nsam a okandefa eye NDC for yenkotie mra
na omunya bi o baby a omuntimi nka se oye kromfo omuntimi nka se oye corrupt enti na omo ne na ebe pre ne de se so omo pe bibi begu ne ho fi. And I am also telling you say Oshe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah interventions cry Bawumiah they fight corruption and this need can be you won't even mind
intervention be
ebine digitalization na ye kan
okay
ohene woni mi entia digitalization ye dey fight corruption
catch me
ohene obi ewo NHIS card opeso okọ renew and the NDC 2 days yes ko delay okodi lie na anajo yes yapon ne atete paper ahye mo nsam say Jennifer Kofi o chena no masa abehye ase we frustrated that or pe officer bi o ho no mama ne bribe say be obejam PQ na wakwakwa ne registration and na ye kasei obeda ne dem ada ne mpaso no waye ne NHIS no registration aye renewal ontu aka press mpo anataku emfa mo bia hwe obi te say driver ni obeko DVL akwa maybe national service or DVL and I have an idea the frustration are not drivers and the car owners
boys
obi beko o me koya registration of car and I me koya change of ownership bibia ye paper egugu adaka mu na sisi honom koyi yenkoyi paper mra ne mfa form si nto so nye change of ownership a yes adaka ne koyi paper ne ndem ne ama na tena ho fiti anapa koka anwumre kwadbrane betim fifra na nso nya kakra ma obi di ombekọ akofa aba obi ba be ye ne license obe frustrated obeka say me am ko inside amekọ akotena ho ache na nso me magoro boy bi na ewura mu asesi anu wapie and na digitally wo betima ye wo niam wo phone so me nkodi ECG vendor queue kane na aban omonfa digital purchases ne yimfa mba ECG ayimu no say me light san je say me ko St John's ubeko ECG vending hall na nipa be 200 gu ho ube pini anaja osisi yare enne me da dem na anaju 2 me kan ya dum me bon content na me hu say street light or ho am say me credit na asa me fa me ECG app meters bako 5 na wo so me select me house then no an say me di me momo na mato credit aguso 2 minutes ni aso light amame man to ya bribe man to ya kaska man to ya bibia enti and
me ade niam agu akwam ma corruption no
when was the last time I otna ha discuss ghost names salaries are yetua now we had the country as a nation we couldn't even issue national ID cards. How do you plan to build the country when you don't even have data on your population? Your data is someone train every 10 years near population and housing census. And then you have digital copies of Obia, you will be a digital footprints. And one are the baby bank account. And one are your 10. And one are social security. And one are who register or chipper or Ghana card or mobeje. Baby are before be no. Me say nini na ne digitalization of the Ghanaian economy. Say beya ye be fix the structural problems of the economy.
And when we do that,
the economy,
corruption will be eradicated. We should credit him for that.
Oh yes.
But Ghana for say more crediting for that we now if you could do baby economy so dollar no amo promise no could do 17. Most there be no there nya dollar na
exchange rates. Any cost of living and also so are indicators, some of the indicators in an economy, but they are not the only indicators in an economy. Okay. So economy na every time I didn't come we should have a context say baby or honoma ya de baby or honso so adwuma or why say ye de ye ka ho. Let me give you an example. President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ne Dr. Bawumiah ombefa Ghana akonwa no in January 2017. Na omani GDP na you're saying $56 billion. After watching, Ghana GDP has increased by $20 billion. I'm telling you, now 56 billion.
But after watching,
GDP increased by $20 billion. And these are facts. And
increased by 20 billion.
20 billion.
So we are about 70-something billion dollars in GDP.
As we speak today. And it has even reflected in the GDP per capita. Say be a bina kohumano, ye chema obia ye kase ye track say population no per GDP na in excess of $2,000 per.
Almost per capita no wunya chema manfo nde be yenso Bosia so amabro amena kodru be 700 and something no so chema manfo no
me pacho ti asem ya me be kan
me tie ni epatira busa
so be ka total debt stocker eno no nkyere se eye bosia wakobo nyina no there are other factors in it e bi to say depreciation now wo kan ho asem
okay
wonim sa wo kwaje bosia no dollars then so adwuma na be ha no ye cities ye mobilize your revenue in cities so wo kwa kotu abosia no baka say wo sesa into dollars and san wetua mbacha what you say enti no eno no have also impacted the debt stock because of the depreciation issues are raising.
So not necessarily to make jiska na
no.
Nemo meka bia na ededa ho no. Seed na ho de ko form no. Na maka no kosoro. So nya 700 something billion ni nya makoji abi.
Enti ebi mo kan omo ncheche musa. But I am saying say aban president Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah ombeje Ghana in 2017 no. Me pa cho wonim ye GDP growth as Ghana in the year 2016 3.4%. 3.4. I'm telling you. GDP growth, annual GDP growth na former President Mahama ejama Ghana for in the year 2016 no 3.4%. In fact 2015 in Podi Andrew sir. Aban we buy 3 years in a row 2017, 2018, 2019 their average growth rate is 7%. In 2020 COVID na buy na ye shepe niema mba ye lockdown ne ho keka ho ye say global recession the whole of Africa Ghana was one of 3 countries and recorded negative growth rates even if we did 0.8 and not 0.5 it was above the performance of most countries on the continent and even in the world and unu che mu no post COVID ye do 2021 and year recovery ni sha say mpacho enne 2024 wo mu the first half of the year you grow by 5.8% average GDP
5.8
me patron the first half of 2024
your take kaswa market
your take kaswa market no in impact
no.
The expansion where kaswa is part of central region in the past 8 years under one district one factories 24 factories near starting in central region 13 any we are operational and no to now cause expansion won tiasia obi oti akunfi akunfi pineapple juice factory ne yafa no watchman yafa no labourer yafa no factory worker ono no impact won ni koktokum because enko be sorry afri akunfi aba ha so obeye bonsuo enko be sorry aba ha so obeton duster enko be sorry aba ha say so obechichiri nsuo aton nanso so because of the factory ayakosi woni krom ntino ama local economy na asesa ne no odua brobe okuani na brobe ne beka nwuro mu na pro no ma sesa bia kogu kwan ho ame atu agu te se ne ehu sa brobe timi pro na watermelon pro ewojo mu no and the factory ni nti na brobe pro odua oni baby ekọ enti na campaign no after 8 years baby Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah be fa bia no wo say Ghana for abochi ekohia no I make sure so mama show love and support ebi mo ho mo se ba se na ye wadaje ade obi afri oti to Volta to Ashanti to Babia they can't believe say after 8 years the good people of this country despite the challenges we've been through they think say the better alternative will always be the NPP and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah because me kan ohene 2016 by this time na this woman ntimi mpon campaign in nurses training colleges and teacher training colleges meboa
me kai be bisa
NDC deputy ministers omoko West Coast training college nyame nko a me se nka fofia antoata no mo pia na ye bro omo because Ghanaians were so disappointed in the state of the economy but the former president Ghana for ati say was short memory and to him after 8 years there all that has been wiped away and no to me be kakra say allowance o man twem omutu man twem na moko campus sa na omobo mu no almost o free SHS ye implement ye we implement ye na nkrofo ekita bankers draft omoko to fees in schools President Akufo-Addo be fa akonwan in 8 years akola bia no a ya school fees bill amaneda so obi se waje bill wo ba bia won famra
etinye dollar sama ye kan nkran na be decide elections ni
bra me pa cho mo shizongo wukumase oba me nyini wo mo shizongo na bi to me kwan de twam from ye nyawso to Buokuru bridge na dance you so
we yes
president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo buy
you are when you're not now yes I tell you
obeko we base near the bridge ba akwa to so na entosu konko quarter size ni sinchai near the coins tutum and me come oshizongwa and this is for bebre kwa dani NPP for because every corner of our community has been asphalted. Facts asphalted enya bitimi no
the modi deciding crime the decide
mo sizongo of the art bridge wo ho no ma na nsuo pa nsuo fa taxes fa na ntwie na enkwala wo ho no munyanka na awusia wa school free na wonim the golden age of Ghana mabunu
that's here
teenagers no mo kwa SS and Akufo-Addo no me nephew baako say SHS2 and National Science and Maths quiz not represented the school baby just some person me calling it out yeah won in 2004 yeah na mama CS went to one city
you
Kufuor na de buy yeah je 30 pesos mo model laminate ne card man yeah won free CSO operation free wako school abeko free SHS so free o wiase so na obeko university na sika ni ho a guarantee free student loan yeah call school no na obedi student loan a yes ko pay witness na pay guarantee witness ni ya assemblyman and asofo ana imam guarantee ni obi a wise net contributor for 5 years under President Akufo-Addo all you need is your Ghana card me manji loan ni bi because na akrachi phone ni fee na krachi ni ba ko pay ye adwuma labor office so what the ne dey approve ya ma me bra penyin to osuro Some so what the ma me na say ye ntua better tie free na kachi no hene entina na yenya the impetus to go back to the good people of Ghana
it's more money to say President Kufuor ma ye won kola ni free
yes so see attitude
ana mo so buy ma mo free SHS
Bawumiah so obe mo
it's from 2004 ebesi 2014 akola na bia no adi 10 years from 2014 besi 2024 na akola na di 20 years otoaba eti e hon mo benya mo vote ka clear free ho
na mo free SHS for no campaign o mo yama President Akufo-Addo ne Dr. Bawumiah
eno ti na joma ma sure onu so akoche university na no
me say unhu ya na ohene unhu ye enkola na o me campaign ne sene ye you o kan bibi o monte
ma men kan de kwakwo usuma na hene wo tie kwakwo usuma na hene ye NDC communications team member was it katechi you only wear suit anytime you are going to go you are a swine person. But you only wear suit and tie anytime you are going to interview Honorable Fatima Abubakar. Tell Fatih she's looking beautiful and ask her why she said NDC is a threat to our democracy. Okay,
I'll show you. Mr. Former President John Dramani Mahama is a threat to Ghana's democracy.
There's one.
Only the entire Mekansa. Now, almost more quiet democracy and governance lecture. Oko hono se President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo undermine all the institutions of states, specifically. Also undermine the court system, judges, or undermine the electoral commission, or undermine audit service. Now some papa yi kan na enini na so bia. And I notice my observer who say the former president does not have principles. And I will give you evidence to that effect. Let me take the Electoral Commission. In 2016, former President Mahama say an electoral commissioner ain't mean win the election in my any political party. Na yenja isi for no mo nyom adwuma. Na politicians here ha adwen. Say electoral commission no is an institution. Omuwo systems in place. It is not possible for them to rig an election for any political party. Me pacho hine dear na asesa. Electoral Commission, we chair ni free wa district directors, regional directors, officers, IT directors, obia oho. The same systems now oja in 2016 no, and once our systems now the wo to date as we speak. And so wadane no ho say Electoral Commission no mo trust o mo NDC for trust o mo. Na say no mo so mo forensic audit. IPAC four members ni bebre ka say na mo kra the evidence na mo dia ba ye substantial say mo hu bibia enu nti enya forensic audit omo si hey NDC organizing nationwide demonstration and every regional capital mo mobilize o mo nkrofo nyina mo boko jan so mo demonstrate against the Electoral Commission na enne me kanu pain say Transparency, it is the antidote to every misinformation in this country. Electoral Commission Frere IPAC ne all stakeholders. And the bet na live TV. So what concerns we are become asem. Ehwa na who send this for more evidence na to nsu. Abosre mu kan hu ehwa mo na o matwe asan obi na mo twe san because all the camera see so na o nsem no na ejija. O de no to nchen ya. The former president, as a court system, no Ghana court system, no so has been undermined. In fact, o kan so koshia NDC for lawyers bi. O say President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo apart courts no with NPP judges. Enti so no oba, ono so oba be park court no with NDC judges. Mbacho nya sa no o kan.
It is what cancer.
Na wo kan sa. Ohene mamema example.
Na kire me.
The former presidents as vice president and president appointed judges are no more political history. And so the same judges cry Kobutia na presidential election petition no or to Omudi unanimous FC. Let me give you typical examples. In the year 2015, President Mahama promoted 2 judges to the Supreme Court, Justice Gabriel Kwaman and his Lordship Justice Apau. Justice Apau. And the PNDC one and all year Bona Hafo region deputy secretary, which is today's deputy minister.
Okay.
His Lordship Gabriel Kwama, yes, Gabriel Kwama, no APNC for general secretary national. And no, the former President Mahama will who be about it. But I don't understand the same judges now sat na panel so for the 2020 presidential election petition. On one side, betu omudi unanimous FC. Incite, yes, incite, and these 4 foot soldiers are they don't know the history of these courts and these systems. Be D judges in the courts, not them.
So he is a threat to our democracy.
Meanwhile, I'm a former MP for Amenfi East, and now we're a high court judge from 1993 all the way to 2001. We're a high court judge. I'm a former MP for Ada from 1993 all the way to 2004. We're a judge. Omo former MP for Jirapa, or a judge. And so he is creating the impression, and I'm saying, sir, there is nothing wrong with Nkrofo, my Jimmy dear, my some of minor in politics. No, as a marital from politics. I'm no longer interested in politics. I think say to me the meaning the enemy capacity no. I be in other angle. I do not tolerate to say any party, even me party NPP for Yankodi di obi atem. Entina President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo die. Ye call 2012 presidential election petition. Omubua in favor of the NDC and former President Mahama. Opie free court to honoma. Or se court na abuaten. Many omo nyadwen. Minjintum. Nanso Ghana assume dwe nti ma eden. Ma fanesa. Ana anyesa. Na yankwa ye nima se country. But former President Mahama is not demonstrating say or no or a statesman. Or no de obenya abribi obekọ court bia na yembu amano. Yebuama na nasa NDC dia almost say justice has been done. Yebuama na dia ombecha court na da pa suma NDC for amoma bekeka say NPP for they are packing the court abecho chantro. Now let me give you 2 examples.
Na me fan call you force and some ranting busa.
Woni mu say ambulance trial case no.
Japadia.
Mbachon ambulance trial case no. Court no e discharge omo minority leader honorable case to forcing. I didn't know my make say court near clearing agent. Now where the evidence or hoping say I didn't know my make say. So almost say justice has been done.
Yes, a court the
budget. Enya no kwa. A member of parliament for Jomoro Afutofe. And Kwafoko evidence by say Nipa Kroya was citizenship wa abrochire. E will be war Cote d'Ivoire. E will be wa hase. Court ne discharge no under President Akufo-Addo. I didn't know or my make say. Debbie. Where the amount Chimanson and then say Niembo. Entino, they are creating the impression in the minds of people say, as a political case is court automatically a did buying. And that is not true.
It is not true.
We are a threat to our democracy because he is without principles.
Former President John Dramani Mahama, Wabusa Dr. Muhammad Bawumiah questions, we will come to that. But workers were a threat to our democracy. Was it the Moki Kenya no? Na the here the economy, which in his words he quoted a year Clinton a year at some point say Clinton said in the 90s that is the economy is stupid In fact, it's unfortunate that I am repeating that. But also, it is the economy. You know, we'll be sending a message. Gallon of fuel. Ebua could do 80 something Ghana cedi. The economy. And a President Mahama see can once and no any other thing. Our response to say.
Into an economy and former President Mahama now be trusting to fix the economy. Me pacho, what are the structures of the economy? Under former President Mahama, was the economy doing better? No. And let me give you some simple analogy. Economy, you do sumo for 4 years. It's at University of Ghana, research said because of doom so productivity in the country down by about 10%. Said because of doom so over 800 companies collapsed. But what you the economic track record no. Even for those who want to say it's all about the exchange rates. So President Kufoni NPP jaw 1 cedi 20 pesos. Now they are called 4 cedi 20 pesos. But what is the percentage increase?
Yes, oh boy, my accounts in
here. Ain't no. So wo would you sikano? In fear what chimu, Monsori so na kwa mo 9 tio. Meaning, and the past 8 years, on our work on without Russia-Ukraine war, without COVID, and will track record that you name about economic indicators and say, and exchange rate in a bebo 9. But what in the American
from 1 cedi.
Yes, it could do 4.2.
So a year times 4 a year increment.
Thank you. Until without any challenges or track record, any obia or year into research or bet me study trends of how you manage the economy. Ebeka say ye President Akufo-Addo ne Bawumiah sinche. Senkamona mo abamu in the past 8 years. Prediction I be says sanya na mo ho 8 years no. Exchange rate no depreciation year times 4 no. Sa na nka be ya. But 4.2. Anything America said despite the challenges NDC cannot tell us say we have done worse. That is the analogy I'm making. Despite the global challenges, which are not pertaining to say, even Sikasemon Sheshe. So we share the trends in the track record that NDC or man perform better than NPP are buying. We admit say we could have done better, but for a nearma tutu we are self-ana bebia ebia kanye and anya account. Former President Mahama, anytime I want you to speak to a global audience. What the no kwama no ni sesia na akoka so onka bibi mfa Ghana ho a obeka che will say COVID has an adverse impact on the Ghanaian economy, and he's been saying it. VOA in interviews wo be bia amu betima be oba Ghana ha no abeka bi before say evidence ne de wo chairman pro and the social media nti na Google ni bibia ukwa abetwe ni interviews ni video na enti na no makoko ne kokone
no President Mahama dia
na meka ne sen so ko hono okọ atifiko ko kunu so no aba na vo ababi za say ho na de bai enti
okọ abrochire via VOA na okọ kika
any baby okọ say COVID has had adverse impact on the economy. COVID COVID-19 affected we as fana baby no Ghana nso so ye feel na nso so oba ha say ya onka na sa
dia na ye wo no benum
Neurozyme tablet oyo ba na sebi eye wasiwo enka kakra abawa yes infection kakra fungal infection as a bacterial infection when you be abusua enhwe ba bia hwehwe Neurozyme tablet echi kwan pibinom we bema we oba na say namu yare bi akofa bia abusua pe Neurozyme tablet TV enom ebe yini na ma asisi ase ho ama even candidates na se gono na wakofa no abusuya ebe sisi wa ama ana se wodwonso a ya na ase wote ya o ya na ase wo chim ase wonya dwonso mu yare bia abusuya me kanfo Neurozyme tablet edi ama ene ne plus no pebi enom na bibia ntimi nyene enye fine na wo pebia na kodosto bia be wana pharmacy shop bia be ka tro mo say open Neurozyme tablet bi anom and the plus no opebi anom o bi ana say bia wono omuni bia na se bia ko no nya bia number na egu screen so no abusia free bia obi am kire bia benya bi ana how benya Neurozyme tablet bi abusia ka say an kan cho
Adma questions amount for the busa and the mabusa you Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Must cooking while you no election ebefa. Mobile winning.
Ebefa, without a doubt. I'm very confident that we are winning bigly.
You are winning bigly.
I'm telling you.
Sir.
Me wo GDM my papa say election ebefa. Me wo GDM my.
Onya sure say John Mahama be winning mo.
Oh, David. Ya swan sane aswansu. Ghana for ni we modu. Obi oye babu na wo pa adwuma. Onhwe nim say John Mahama beba because we need track record of former adwuma.
We need track record of former.
Because I 4 years now. Odi mampanyin na one finance for one fire teacher phone. Any a teacher phone so e fa o ma ye di menu aba kokota na sankore. Emfie miensa 2015 o mo ka chen so metu na 3 months. Minim se Ghana mabunu pa adwuma mo pa adwuma mo ya e betu o mo ka. O mo mpa adwuma fa no kwa. Enti they know.
Of mabunu na adwuma ba wan twa o mo.
Ah teacher for. Ya do mo call various basic schools, JHS, SHS. Emfie miensa omo ye adwuma 2013 omo ye adwuma 2014 me can the timelines because that time now no na no president enya vice Dr. Bawumiah de enim so onye ndi president and he has always said and even President Akufo-Addo has said he is his own person so I onim say me nua be ma kojo opon krom on the tete me ministry ho na anya sa na no ate wese bibia na ne suit te say wo de bia nanso so me be the minister na I am my own person. But what you say? Obia ne style sebi. Ntafo okra o madi bosome nkono wo yafunu ba akomu. O muntimi escape each other kro mu pie ba abonten a. Wo so obia wo ne su. Enti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah ne su a menim a ye me fa ma hohoaho a ne say owo solutions. The thinking is completely different from what I have seen about African leaders in the past. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah is a problem solver. Mamema one example. Na no ya mpacho what is here call lunch go ride. Na this for month ase almost as I said Dr. Bawumiah up nkwa na lunch up nkwa na lunch. The value of Uber about $163 billion US.
The value of Uber economy.
So Senegal economy times 2. Na sa foreign ride pooling companies no. So omo wa ha say ya na local rider wo join ya adwuma obeye per trip no omo mo de 30% o de 70%. So fu no na obeto any bibia ti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah tena ase dwen ho ano say na ye betimi afa akwanya bi a ka sika bo obeye den ebeba form na driver phone so anya more money ni anya system a eye indigenous local and even app no kro mo nso nya mfa so a omo nka say yes $1 yakoye krum ombe just this no ha circulate adi wa ha enti yenso yenhwe say asoman yenso ye betimi start ye dia and omo di go ride 3 indigenous Ghanaian companies and about together with a buying on my form go ride PPP arrangement private public partnership between Haptel global icon and Adetrix and oma kan
Haptel yes Bawumiah dia
omo boa maybe who Haptel nya na asem kura omo boa o te we
yenkomo abetwa
omo boa
anya Bawumiah dia
there be nya Bawumiah
dia nya Bawumiah na dey Haptel GGC giska
I am telling you so omo boa or he take it from me omo nte baby ada omo ye adwuma na eba abeje fans ne yenkopa bibi mene ne ho na nsaidi but the crux of the matter ne say you're developing indigenous app instead of utua 30% per trip edi ama foreign company no omo mo charge only 10%. 10% no omo charge no omo timu 1% near the aye welfare amount pension for the drivers pachoti any you and instead of 30% a utua 10% no 20% na kan say abegu driver no kotoku and also so betimi abo ma riding no aye cheaper because component is say otua money agency na yeden aba form and afa so sika no so te ha and as say so aye ba ye your friend is saying as a credit scoring system aye be launching this month ya no yes so we rider we adwuma no we credit score na ye betima out of brand new car amount ni ye tetew enkakra na won so wanya sika ni bi assassin ni wo ho o sa ye informal sector a problem solver
on say John Mahama
there be na say
but John Mahama is making solutions for the 24-hour economy but or side nkoko we are going back into the days of domestication. More like a champion Operation Feed Yourself. In his words, more like Operation Feed Yourself. Is that not the way forward for this nation?
Oh, Henny, yes, a quatre quasso be frown to ma. TND. As some women come frown to ma. TND. Former President Mahama on Ghana for who. He is one of the most experienced and blessed politicians in this country. Akwanya bia a politician of this country, ebetima dreaming so obedi ni wedi bida. Ebia UN Secretary General Nkwano ndi bida. Wedi Deputy Minister, somewhere Deputy to Honorable Gabra, meboa. Wedi Minister, wedi Member of Parliament, wababedi Vice President, wabedi President in Fear 9. In Fear 9 being chain Fear 9 be. Want me introducing intervention be a beboa with the growth of the agri sector. Me say ya pound for pound. What the for growth rate no compare industry and the JM. Oh, and now confirm no mukobi say watchman or some confirming you now to Kobokina. Me patro and the Hope City ne RLG ne we hen. SCS Korea advert or boy ya cry beti match this Lego. E we hen. Until at the end of the day no enye na oba be pen a retirement package and a retirement plan. Until no worker say oh my sister mayor fofro. And even my sister no cry he is not being honest. Because on now opportunity to meet the media and say, I got my chance, I blew it. My mistakes be brave. He couldn't admit that. Obejina hoso ono no start free SHS. Obejina hoso ono na NHIS or the buy. Ama even one of the female journalists could share a communicator be she was swearing say Mahama so on the NHIS buy.
Na onya akwanya wa mpama mfo admit it. O momunya akwanya ma admit say mo de ebia wo man no problems abam near the man admit it.
Who be brave? Even saying we have, for instance, energy sector. Now say abribi e bedum kanea. Ya be can say power sector challenges na money problem. Ya the gas for car. I remember somewhere January 10 to 12. Our mokati gas. Me and Kasa, we address the press. So these are the challenges. We are looking for money to solve it. Because your generation over 60% thermal, and your hydro, any renewable energy, green energy you see. Even with that one, no, you inherit na renewable composition only 1%, and they drew 4%. Odu buini na solar panels egugu nsuo so na egu famompo nka ho. Oko Kalio, Oko Nadoli, President Akufo-Addo has been to the Upper West power, electricity power, generation, started solar projects or cover over 35,000 households. And to the Yakase, ECG Sika Jejeno, and Konkaya, you bet many scano, Edia Tuakanina. Finance Minister Beka say, yeah, the IPPs in a car about $1 billion. 5 out of the 7 IPPs have been able to reach agreements.
So, leadership of transparency, you come to the people, you admit it. Okay. Enti nipa ne je kania o yusu kania no wentu yaka onim se o mantu yaka yi o munya bi mfa ntofa ngo ma ye nsa anya foforo so what you say yemba da emeka say oh yeah e na problem bi ani ho na say we've not said that but we are not Ghana habia under former President Mahama onim se nka the whole day wo be fa mo junction yi so generator tututu wo be bia o gina traffic mo a power bank nko an yeto me in 8 years me to power bank. Because ye dum kra wonim se ebeso edi ya de to ye de sori so no na dia na wo ka kire Ghana for ye de sori so me say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiah ese wo be magunu 4 million adwuma within the period that all park akwanya besom as Ghana president na no so no wa ma specifically baby adwuma ne be free ebi ne he o say private sector ye bete Ghana GDP 3% the amount the private sector SSS schools, hostels, yama private sector nesi. Near rented from them. A lot of the public infrastructure, private sector nesi. Na private sector no so himself for to da hono mu no musia. No nim so so betima offload for by ombeye. O say the railway sector. Ebra ye import steel ni ade to do the railway sector. It should be a thing of the past. Nyame adaroma President Akufo-Addo amamu nti e na Ghana bauxite yantama ma President Mahama nua. Because Olusi election, the first thing he did was to make appointment to all the anti-corruption agencies like Shraj and Auditor General. Olusi election, no, and sell Ghana's bauxite to his brother. Yama ya ni anya dia. And the seconds. And na bauxite, no, and then the idea giadik. Ghana integrated aluminium.
as I say almost say from omuyi and so more refining they so more smell to of alcohol into was sin still na ye de be expand the railway sector no ni na ye nya locally and a Ghana first policy so every public institution any product and service here you should look out for a Ghanaian company.
Orafo say digitalization, say yankoko marketing kiti, say MPPO, say NDC. Orafo ye de se pinkura to fomu a ye befa ama na wahu de ekoso ewe eye oman Ghana mu. The Skin Code Cosmetics also already nani ebisi basa tantantan dia na ponkum papa asra ema already atoso sa wo ye ba sa wo ye bema for woni twemu ewe ye na so ye sanso na BT Vida Jewelry so dofo o masomade ehye mo se efe pa mi chen ye da mi kom chen tia aha for woni twemu ewe ye na so ye o se wutu akoton ana se open baako upe bidi akoche odofo upe bidi akoche obi bia upe bidi akoche ne for woni twemu na so ye obehwe ma bibi bia nso aye kama sanso na obotanjiri kagiri emema na mutadua mu aye mre no o se mumfa woni twemu ewe ye na so ye under 1 minute na 2 minutes for no so for woni twemu ewe ye na so ye ema na mema ne miamiam soso mo nofo a muni atenka na mo ho nsana na maye rese se peba yire no o se mumfa woni twemu ewe ye na so ye obehwe na bibi bia nso aye kama odofo don't forget so obehwe na wa like wa comment na wa subscribe to your channel said de be ya ye di video bia tuma wonsu benya bi na wa hwe na wonhu de ekoso ewe ye oman Ghana mu edi a medeje so eye kromantini ba ya me ho ofe ekuya shock ubetimi afram ekuya donko na maje so enye no nyame adom a ye besen ehia makram.
Keep watching Mofanto LORDSON TV. Keep watching, don't change it. Keep watching, don't change it. Keep watching, don't change it. And one day, Lord.